Hi students, I hope you're having a great first week and that you're getting everything set up to get into the lab, the stats lab. So remember, that's where all your homework's done. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Excel. If you go into the classroom and you click on content, you're going to see that I have lots of information already in here. Now, this isn't all that you'll need. What I need you to do is, if you come across a problem that, one, you plain just don't know how to work, you email me and ask me for help, or if you want to know how to do it in Excel, you ask me for help. So if you go to assignment 1, you're going to see that I already have this spreadsheet right here. Well, the only issue with that is, what if you've never used Excel before, right? And so let's just go through a couple of just basic things that you need to know in Excel. If you want to have Excel do a calculation for you, and I always call it the lazy key, I'm too lazy to add two numbers, then you always start with an equal sign. An equal sign says what comes next I want Excel to do for me. So I could just type 1 plus 2 on my keyboard. Now when I hit enter, notice it actually added 1 plus 2. If I just went down here and I typed 1 plus 2, nothing happens. Why not? Because I didn't start with the equal sign. Okay, so the equal sign is the key. If you've never used Excel before, that's how you do formulas. Now in here you'll see this example. I have the frequencies, each one of these, and then I find the midpoints. What you should do is you should click in the cells and watch this formula bar right here. You will know if it's a formula right there if you see an equal sign. So notice what I did is I manually typed in this interval 59 plus 55. I put it in parentheses because I wanted to add first, and then I divide by 2 because that's how you find a midpoint. It's just the middle value. But if you click on each one of these cells, notice that changes, right, depending on where I'm located. So the first thing when you open my spreadsheets is just sit there and start clicking on the cells. Another thing you can do is there's a little trick on your keyboard. You can hold the control key down, and then it's called the tilde. It looks like this. Mine is under my escape key in the upper left hand corner. But watch what happens when I hold control down and now I hit the tilde. It shows you where all my formulas are. And so that's kind of nice. And then you can toggle back. If I do control tilde again, it toggles back where you don't see the formulas. And to be able to see them, once again, you'd have to click in each individual cell. Okay, now this one, notice I kind of cheated, and you say, well, but there's an equal sign. I put a little apostrophe there saying that this is not, I don't want you to calculate this. I just wanted to show you how I calculated this cell. Okay, so the class width I'm looking at, I picked, remember how to find the class width? You can pick any two of these, and I picked the 60, the lower end minus the lower end of the 55, and so that's how I found the class width. And then I get to the class boundaries. Okay, so each one of these, notice this is how it separates the classes. So typically what you do is you find the second boundary by taking the average of the upper class limit plus the boundary of the lower class next to it. So notice I did this one first, which I took 60, and I just hand typed this first one in, and I'll show you here in a minute. But notice here on this one I took 59 plus the 60 and divided by 2. The next one then should be 64 and 65. Then you can see 69 and 70. I mean, you certainly need to know how to do these by hand, but I'll mention why you want to use Excel here in a minute. Well, now these first and last ones, what you do is notice you see the class width here, and in fact you didn't really have to calculate all these, right? All you had to do is calculate one of these, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5. You have to get the lower one, and you do it by simply subtracting 5. Now the reason I use Excel, and you'll see this probably better when I reference cells, is I can reuse this to find any class midpoints boundaries. Okay, all I have to do is just change my values. So as we continue to go through examples using Excel, don't worry, I will go through, the steps to help you with Excel. And probably the best thing you should do is, if you create an Excel spreadsheet and it's not working, email me, attach that Excel spreadsheet so I can actually go in and look and see where you might have a mistake in your formulas. But again, Excel's more the real world, right, than just picking up calculators. So if you've never used it before, now is the time. It's a wonderful program, and I guarantee you by the end of this course, if you've never used Excel and you will work with me and use Excel, you will love it. You will end up loving Excel in this course. That's it for this little tiny lecture on Excel. And again, remember, I'm here for you every step of the way in this course. I just need you to tell me how you need help. So get in contact with me. But again, get in my math lab so you can get started on your assignments.